Hello, this is Chinmayi, and I've popped out a little bit earlier for my walk with my dog this afternoon because it's September and it's a wonderful, warm, sunny afternoon. And very appropriately, I'm going to be introducing a new series called Connecting with Nature. So when we think about connecting with nature, we often think about walking, don't we? We think about maybe lying in a field somewhere and staring at the clouds, or walking along a beach or in a woods like this. We all have that kind of ideal, don't we, about what connecting with nature is. And it's fairly great, it's pretty personal choice, but it's also fairly obvious. Like, if you want to connect with nature, just step outside. This series is going to bring a little bit more to that. We're going to go a little bit deeper into other ways that you can connect with nature in this series. And why? Well, I don't know about you, but when I've been out for a walk, I always feel like a little bit more in flow. Sometimes, if I get a little bit stressed, or workload is a little bit high, or, there's some stuff going on at home in the family or whatever, it can feel very stressful, and we can feel like we're swimming against the tide, or we are really battling. We don't feel like we're in flow, and things don't seem to be going that well. And this can lead to us feeling very drained and exhausted, even hopeless, actually, like about where we go with our day. This series is about connecting with the forces of nature in many, many ways. So I'm going to be talking to you, for example, about the moon cycles and how the moon affects our mood. Believe it or not, there is a deep connection. We're also going to look at tree wisdom. And you might think, yeah, I'm going to go and hug some trees. And you can do that if you want to. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But trees have an amazing way of communicating with each other, which has just recently, I think, been proven. So we can tap into that wisdom, that communication with them. So we can talk about the elements of earth in terms of grounding, water in terms of cleansing, fire in terms of purification, and air in terms of deeper breathing. And then we can talk about some of the ancient tantric philosophy in terms of the chakras and how that all works as a system. I'm also going to be giving you some ideas on how you can become a conservationist of your own energy, how you can retain more energy, how you can process that energy better so that you don't feel so tired and exhausted all the time. We're also going to be talking about food and how food can affect your mood, and how we can use natural food, ways of using food more naturally to help us connect with nature itself. I'm also going to be teaching some grounding techniques. So when you're feeling a little bit flighty or stressed, grounding is an excellent process to help bring you literally back down to earth. And so we've talked a little bit about the physical aspects of nature and some of the more mindful ones in terms of managing our mood and managing our emotions. There's also a spiritual element to nature. And if you are a gardener, or if you've done any sort of long walks or hikes, you might have tapped into that spirituality of being in nature. It's more than just a feeling. It's a state of real connection with nature. And I think when I talk about spirituality, that's what I'm hinting at. And depending on your beliefs, you might feel quite often that there are guides or angels or goddesses or whatever you call them. Maybe it's a god, or maybe it's Allah or Buddha or whatever. But all of those energies are around you, and they are in nature. So I'm going to be giving you some very, very basic insights on how to connect with those energies in a very simple, easy, playful way. So not a doctrine or any kind of dogma or anything like that, but just an idea on how you can connect with some of these guides. Because again, that gives you that feeling of connection, that deep spiritual purpose, which is part of nature. So I'm really looking forward to sharing these with you. I'd also like to know what else you want to know about. What's your experience of nature? How do you connect with nature? Maybe you like to go fishing, or maybe you like to play tennis outdoors. Well, how do you like to connect with nature? What gives you that feeling of connection? I would love to hear from you. Please, please, please subscribe to this channel so that when I start releasing the different episodes on some of these topics and more that we've been discussing, you won't miss a trick. So you can tune in when there's a new episode, you'll be notified. And I would love to hear from you. Any comments, any feedback, anything else you want me to discuss or share, I would love to hear from you. Until then, take care, get out, connect with nature in your way, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.